Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Ives number 221 B26. This is a recessed flush pole, solid brass material, and a polished chrome finish is what this is. Common, ubiquitous, literally everywhere in pocket doors, sliding doors, residential applications. You're going to see a 221. 221 and flush pole, round flush pole, those two things go together like hot dogs and french fries. So here we go. The dimensional properties of this item. The overall diameter, they've got it 2 7/16. That appears to be the case. They have an inside of 2 1/8, and we'll estimate that to be the case. They show that the depth of the item is 7/16. Correct? There's a link below this video to a document called Cut Sheet. What that really is a technical drawing showing everything important technically about the item. So feel free to review that for all of the dimensional properties. There is a link below this video to a document called Installation. Installation is very handy because it gives you the tips on, how to go about installing it. It requires a 2 1/8 inch hole. Simple and straightforward. Very common size drill bit that's used for lock preparations. Back set is up to you. I would probably consider a 2 3/8 back set if it's residential, as that will most likely match everything else in the home. The vertical height, before you drill anything, audit the rest of the doors around and match. You want everything to look the same. The scenario is if you've got a very long hallway, 100 feet long, you don't want to have an interruption in the line of sight. If you've got office doors and then a couple of sliding doors for, office supply storage, you want it all to look the same, that sort of situation. Step 1, position, mark, and bore hole 2 1/8 inch wide diameter, 7/16 deep. You might want it to be a small amount deeper than that to give yourself a little bit of clearance. They say use a 2 1/8 inch spade bit. Sure, possibly. You're going to want to be careful the tip of that spade bit isn't puncturing through something that it otherwise should not be going through. Maybe a Forstner bit, because that'll give you a flat-ended cut, but that will be a challenge to drill down and remove that much material. A multi-spur bit, that's going to be messy. A hole saw just won't work. My tool of choice would be a weapon. My weapon of choice would be a tool called a router, is what it would be. If I had to do several of these, I would create a template and I would just get that clamped down, and I'd have that router, and within seconds the project would be done, and perfectly done, exactly perfect. Nothing can beat a router. Except a CNC router. That can beat a router. Step 2, insert pull and push out prongs as illustrated. You're going to see here, there's an arrow. 180 degree opposite, there's another arrow that you can see there, and then there. You're going to get a very small center punch, and you're just going to work those prongs out so that it bites into the wood, prevents rotation, and really helps reduce it from coming out. Okay. Other than that, this lipped area is just surface mounted, and that's your installation aspect. Now, there's a link below this video to a document called Product Brochure. That's handy because it will allow you to review all of Ives' sister products to this item so that you can see what else is available, quite frankly. The 221 is not the only thing in the world that does this sort of job. There are rectangular options, there are combination options, there are finger pulls, etc. That link to the product brochure is also handy because it shows you the other finishes that this is available, and let's go over it now. B3 is a 605 that's polished brass. B4 is a 606 that's satin brass. B5 is 609 that's antique brass. B10B is oil rub bronze. That's 613 that's oil rub bronze. A B15 is going to be a 619 finish, which is satin nickel. A B15A is a 620 finish, and that's antique nickel. A B26 is a 625 finish, polished chrome. B26D is 626 finish, satin chrome. All those finishes are available on this piece of solid brass material. Now, the name Ives is synonymous with all things trim and auxiliary hardware related, not only something for a residential sort of application like a garden variety flush pole, but of course items that you're going to see in commercial applications as well, such as hinges, pivots, door stops, kick plates, armor plates, mop plates, stretcher plates, door edges, continuous geared aluminum hinges, pin and barrel hinges. They've got a great line of pivots that are used on commercial and residential doors, but are very attractively priced, very high quality, very high weight rating loads. If you're doing pivot hardware, look at Ives before you make a final decision. You might find very good value there. I like the Ives pivots because the installation instructions are, oh, that's all there is to it? Okay. It's approachable if you've never machined a door for pivot hardware. It makes, it gives you only the information you need. Doesn't bog you down with a lot of other details. The nuances of, a countersink degree of angle, things of that nature you don't need to know. Anyway, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. If you have any questions on the Ives 221 B26 polished chrome circular flush pole or any other Ives product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.